So what we're going to look at in this video is the blend if tool. Now the blend if tool can do lots of really kind of interesting things and some really powerful things, as you can kind of see here. So these are the kind of things we're going to work with through these tutorials. So the first thing is how to create these streams of lines. Now we've looked at in the past, if I just have this line that's here, we've looked at creating this line, pulling it over and doing Command D and making a bunch of copies. That's great. That's certainly a way to kind of do that. Let me just show you some, one way I think is a little bit faster to kind of set this across, and there's a lot more flexibility with this blend if. So we're going to draw a line, and here's another line, and we're going to grab the blend if tool. It's W on your keyboard. I have a custom tool palette, so mine is kind of hiding amongst all these other tools, but if you hit W, you'll find it in your regular tool palette. Now I'm going to select one of these and I'm going to select the other one. Now as you can see where they pop up, you can see there's a little plus sign at the bottom of this. That means it's connecting these two together and it blends it. Now you may look at that and go, well, it only created one line in between. My previous settings just happen to have that. So I'm going to double click here, and you can say, here's my blend options. And it says specific steps, smooth color. We'll look at color in the next week's tutorials. This one is specific steps. So I want to say, I want to create 35 of these. And I can look at my preview, and there, created them. And you're looking at that, and you go, oh, I like that, but I want to change that to 12. Well, now I can go in here, 12. Look at my preview and do OK. If you don't want to do it through that tool way, I'll show you another way you can go up through the menus and get it. So this is a really cool thing to do. Not only can you change, you can blend it. Look, if I select with the white arrow tool, I'm going to select this one and I'm going to change its color. So you can see it blended the color and the line across the board, which is a really kind of fascinating thing and which we'll explore. So let's take a look at another line set, and this time I'm going to get the same idea of the line. I'm just going to get it in a different way. So let's take this one, we're going to move it over here, and I'm actually going to change the stroke of this to 10. And I'm going to change the color of this as well. Now you can always do this afterwards, which I'll show you. So I'm going to select both of these and go to Object, Blend, Blend Options. And it brings, you see, it brings up that same thing. I'm going to go ahead and type in 10. But here's the kind of silly thing with Illustrator. I do OK, and you say, well, why didn't it do anything? Because I have to go back over and go Object, Blend, Make. So if using the tool is easier for you, then use that. It's completely fine. And so what I've done is this one is this has a stroke of 10 and this has a stroke of 1, and so you can see the stroke gets bigger as it moves along, which is really nice and really interesting way to do things. But I can not only just do that, I can also, if I change the size of this line, you can see it also blends with that, which is really neat. If I change the shape, it blends with that. If I make it go outwards, you can see it blends with that. If I add a curve to that, you can see it'll blend with that. So really handy, really kind of nice things. In the next tutorial, I'll show you how to take a regular line with a stroked line, with a kind of dynamic line, and how we deal with that and how blend if deals with that.